settles down low in the strike zone.
Not going to light up the radar gun as compared to the 4 men that started games 1 and 2 combined, but Anibal Sanchez has been just as effective as anybody this postseason. Let's get you right to the starting lineup for A.J. Hinch and the visiting Houston Astros in Game 3. No DH, and we'll talk about the change that means at the bottom of the order. It's Springer, Altuve, and Brantley at the top. Bregman, Gurriel, and Correa bumped up without the DH. Carlos batting number 6. Josh Reddick also bumped up. He hits 7th. Robinson Chirinos catches Zach Greinke, who bats number 9.
Yeah, this lineup just hasn't clicked in the postseason. They're batting as a team .216. Only the Cardinals have a lower batting average in this postseason than the Houston Astros. Quite a departure from when they hit .274 as a team during the regular season.
George Springer set to lead things off. He has homered and doubled. Those are his 2 World Series hits in each of the first 2 games. Batting just $167, however, for the postseason. And this first pitch in D.C. is in for a strike. There are some very healthy numbers among the Astros hitters against Anibal Sanchez. But those numbers don't seem as relevant as they may for another pitcher at another period of time. Sanchez is at his best right now, and he's gone through some real peaks and valleys in his career.
For his career, he has 111 wins and 113 losses, including the postseason.
That's going to be a tough play. Sanchez can't get there. Neither can Rendon, and Springer's aboard on an infield single to start the night.
Really interesting little swinging bunt off the bat of George Springer, and Sanchez went over to get it. Rendon was deep at third base, but watch Sanchez when he bends over to field it. He slips as the turf gives way. And that could have been very dangerous. He rolls his ankle, maybe sprains his ankle on this play, but the ground gave way underneath him when he sets that right foot. You can see the divot he created there, and he was very concerned about the footing, but he appears to be okay. But he slipped as he planted his right foot, and an infield hit for Springer, and now Harry Cederstrom's going to go out and make sure he's okay.
We saw him just wave off the trainer and his manager and say, "I'm fine, let's get back after it here." Veteran trainer Paul Lessard, manager Dave Martinez. Here's Jose Altuve. 4 for 10 in games 1 and 2. His has been the most consistent bat this postseason for Houston.
You will see Sanchez throw to first a lot with base runners on, and he doesn't do it to send a message. He does it to pick people off. He's very quick when he goes to first base, and he always tries to pick base runners off when they begin to take their lead before they're really focused on the pitcher.
A lot closer on that last throw.
Very difficult to gain any momentum as a base stealer when the pitcher comes over there and varies the times when he throws to first.
Finally comes home to Altuve after 3 throws to the bag. And again, Altuve with encouraging numbers against Anibal Sanchez. Same is true of Michael Brantley, who waits on deck.
Yeah, get used to that, folks. He's going to do it anytime he has a base runner at first that's a threat to steal. And he's also trying to protect his catcher, Kurt Suzuki.
Comes home quickly to Altuve, shortened up his time to the plate there.
Yes.
We see this often with a catcher who has not had his best year at trying to throw out base stealers. That's the case for Suzuki, even though he's a good defensive catcher. The pitcher will try to control the running game a little more so by varying his times, throwing over to the bag. Think of what the Cubs did in 2016 with John Lester on the mound. And Altuve sends a drive well hit into center field. It's chasing Taylor, or rather Robles, who makes the great catch. A fine play by Victor Robles.
Robles a Gold Glove finalist in center field. It was just announced yesterday, the final 3 players in the Gold Glove voting, and he shows off his skills in center right off the bat. This ball looked like it had a chance to get over his head. He doesn't get turned around, he kind of drifts back, but at the last minute jumps up. Springer has to re-tag second base. He was already around second when this catch is made. A terrific effort deep in center by Victor Robles.
Robles, who had a rocky game 1 defensively, more than redeeming himself here tonight. 1 out, 1 on for Michael Brantley. Brantley 3 hits in 8 at-bats to start his World Series this year.
We talk about how good Robles is, and you can see outs above average, 21 outs above average, better than Kiermaier, who is also a Gold Glove finalist for the Rays. Lorenzo Cain of the Brewers, he's 3rd on that list.
And another throw over on Springer.
Now Altuve hit that one on the button. He is now 4 for 11 so far in this series. He's swinging the bat.
A ball and a strike to count to Michael Brantley.
Brantley has 30 career at-bats against Anibal Sanchez, just 1 strikeout. That's the type of hitter he has been throughout his career. He'll put the bat on the ball.
If Sanchez is not at this stage of his career considered a big strikeout guy, although that didn't stop him from posting a big strikeout game in his 1 start against the LA Dodgers in the division series. And again, he took a no-hitter into the 8th in game 1 of the NLCS against the Cardinals. And he gets an 89-mile-an-hour fastball past Brantley.
Yeah, man, that plays up because you've always got the change-up and slow breaking ball on your mind. So when he locates that fastball up in the zone, it looks much harder than 89.
5 strikeouts in that terrific start in game 1 of the NLCS. One-two. Brantley sends the ball out to shallow center. This one an easier chance for Victor Robles, and 2 gone. I would imagine that the noise that we're hearing in our headsets translates nicely on your television sets at home, folks. I mean, it's hard. I can't hear myself think up here. This is for an outdoor stadium to generate this kind of noise. It's not an ordinary night at the ballpark here, that's for sure.
No, it's not. And the playing field is well below ground level, so people walk in and then go down into the bowl, so the sound stays inside the stadium pretty effectively.
So 2 gone after the leadoff infield single. Now Alex Bregman, who starts with the strike. Bregman just 1 for 8 in 2 games in Houston. The 2-run homer in the bottom half of the 1st in game 2. We were talking about the All-Star game here a couple of years ago. Alex Bregman MVP in that one. So good memories here in this ballpark. Another check in on Springer.
Springer's been diving back into first base ever since he reached first base with that swinging bunt. This is why he has to throw to first base so often. 17 for 17 in steal attempts. If they guess right, they can be effective.
Bregman's behind 0-2 as he took a rip at a fastball. You know, if you see Astros swinging at fastballs that don't look like they're in the strike zone, know this, that their task tonight, and they've discussed it a lot, is pick out a fastball and hit it. Even if it's not a perfect center cut fastball. What Houston wants to avoid is falling into the trap of offering it the changeups and the off-speed pitches from Anibal Sanchez. That's when he controls the game. Oh, he doubled up on the fastball.
A.J. Hinch was telling us before this ball game that Sanchez is unique in that his fastball is generally down in the zone, same place that he throws that changeup. Oftentimes when you have a fastball changeup pitcher, the fastball will be up and the changeup will be down. That's not the case with Sanchez. He likes to work both pitches down in the zone.
As you can see, he's got a lot of swing and miss, a lot of chasing on that changeup this year. One of the highest chase percentages on that pitch in baseball. Springer does go here. Oh, wow. A fourth straight fastball, and it somehow misses. I think Sanchez thought he had him rung up.
Yeah, I think so. And Springer just guessed that he was going home and took an early break. And Suzuki, the catcher, sees it. More concerned about getting the strike call than throwing out the base runner. That ball is just upstairs. You can see it's about shoulder high when it crosses home plate.
Runner in scoring position with two gone. And he struck him out. Really took something off a breaking ball there to get him out in front. A runner left stranded to start the ball game. A half inning gone in game 3. And with some fine defense behind him, Anibal Sanchez posts a 0 in the first.